Alright, so I just wanted to share something real quick. So I'm working on an 89 Ford F250, and it's the old school style steering column. And just kind of quick, you got to take all this stuff off to get to this part. You got to, of course, pull the steering wheel off. There's two bolts on the back, here and here. Then pull the horn button off. This clips off right here, and it's just a little ground wire that clips inside the hole right there. So then that comes off, and then of course you got to put a steering wheel puller on and pull the steering wheel off. And here. Well, you got to pull the bolt off, the big nut off of here first, and then pull the steering wheel off. And once you get to that, then let's see what else. There's a couple screws. You got to pull this out, slide this out of the way to take the ignition key out, to get this part out of the way. To pull that off, you have to turn the key a little bit past, not all the way to the start position, and then there's a little, you can see it right there, there's a hole right there. You have to put like a small Phillips screwdriver or something in there and push in on it, and then turn this just a little bit past the on position, and then it'll slide off. So once you get that done and you get all this off, then you get to this. And my main goal was to figure out why the tilt was not working, because it does have tilt. And this little bar right here, it goes in here and slides in here, and if this button right here is pushed up, then the tilt works. So that was in there like that. There's these little bitty metal clips that clip on the top and on the bottom that hold it on, so you gotta pull those off. And I was trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Well, I finally figured out is that really the only issue is this little bar right here. So let's see if I can do this where it's easier to see. So if you look at this straight on, this end right here is bent, just a slightly out, and it wasn't. It was like if you look straight down it was just all straight. So just put it in a vise like that, took a pair of pliers and kind of bent that back a little bit to where it's angled in, because that was really the issue. Is I think just over time of using it, that end right there just got bent back. So now you put that in like that, and those little clips, the only thing I do is just hold that bar on. I don't have a light in this truck, but so now when you put your turn signal in there and you push it back away from you, it'll hit that, and now the tilt will work. Because before, this thing would pretty much bottom all the way out and it wouldn't move anything. So that's the issue. So that's all you gotta do. Take that out, bend that just a little bit past, like that, to where when it's in here, it's sitting in the little grooves right there. And inside of there, this bar, see if I can get it kind of focused, should just pretty much be touching the inside of that. Like, it's pretty much touching it right now. So I might actually do it just a little bit more, just to make sure that it's actually making contact with it. Of course, not, pushing it up on it, just where it's in contact with it, to where when you hit the turn signal back away from you, it actually actuates that, and then the tilt will function, because it's already cut out right there for the tilt to function. So that's the issue.